Hey guys, this is Mitchell, and obviously I very much need a haircut and a shave. And I am in a very plain room, you may be able to see. I moved out of my room that I've usually, I've previously recorded these things, my bedroom, and I've kind of made an office out of my sister's old room, who has moved out of the house. So you can see there's not much here. There's there's my lamp. There's a mattress. There's a discarded board game in the corner of the room, an Xbox controller, netbook, and yeah, not much to really talk about. Um, I wanted to do a video blog, and mainly talk about something that I haven't really talked about before. Um, I have two main hobbies. I have, obviously video games, and the other one that has kind of come out. If you've watched my walkthroughs, you may have realized it. I like anime. I like anime a lot. It might surprise people how much I like anime, but I was actually the vice president of my anime club in college. I probably could have gone for president and won it, but I didn't want that much responsibility. Um, I started up a trivia contest, a weekly, no, quarterly trivia thing that still goes on in the anime club today. I'm kind of proud about that. I've won several trivia contests at various different anime conventions. I was actually a staff at an Anime Expo in LA. I was the assistant manager of the logistics department, which was pretty cool because we were the only department basically that gets into Anime Expo for free by working there, and we actually get to attend pretty much the whole convention without having to work during it because all of our work is before and after the convention. So that was pretty cool. Um, and yeah, I wanted to talk about it because mostly there's a time when video games is my primary hobby, and when I have this job, pretty much that is the case. But there's also a time when anime is a lot better than video games that are coming out. So I spend a lot of time watching anime and I catch up on a lot of stuff. Um, I just kind of wanted to talk about why I find anime so interesting, and it's pretty much my substitute for watching stuff on American TV. And one of the main reasons why I like anime so much is that there's so much diversity in what you can watch. With American television that's on like prime time, generally you have like cop shows, drama show, health drama shows, medical drama shows, reality shows, and I'm simplifying it here. There are some that break the mold, but there's not that much variety in prime time basic cable television. Um, Obviously there's stuff like Breaking Bad and Mad Men. I love that stuff. I just don't generally like to devote hours, an hour at a time to watching shows like that. I like having my watch periods in 30-minute chunks, which is why anime is perfect for that. But with anime, there's such a wide variety of things. There's romance, there's comedy, there's really fast-paced action and just action nonstop. There's there are the drama shows that are very focused on telling a really powerful story and having characters that are very well developed. There's the stupid magical girl shit that sometimes I think what have I watched in that genre? I've watched a bit of Cardcaptor Sakura. I've watched Nanoha. I've watched yeah, I'm not a huge fan of it, but I just like that the fact that it exists, that it's an option, that it's something that you can check out and see if it's for you. I feel like anime kind of gets a uh, bad public image because of the fact that most people only view the Naruto's, they only view the Dragon Ball Z's, they only view um, the Sailor Moons, and that becomes their image of what anime is. I firmly believe that anyone on any given day, if they give an anime a chance that like suits their preferences in terms of American television, they will find an anime. They can find an anime that they really like. Whether it's if they like dramas, they can watch Monster. If they like you know stuff like Cowboy Bebop. where it's not the typical anime big eyes and overblown expressions, and it tells a very mature story about, it's kind of like Firefly in a way. Um, so yeah, uh, in terms of if you were to ask me what anime you should watch, I guess I'll give my top five anime. I actually think a lot about this more so than my favorite games, my favorite movies, because those are kind of hard to place. I do have a very sound top five favorite anime. Number one, One Piece, just because I love the adventure aspect of it. I love the characters. They're hilarious. The action is great. The stories within the arcs are usually great. It's floundered a little in terms of quality as it's gone on, but for the most part, it's remained pretty consistent. Monster. If you haven't, that's probably one that not a lot of people have heard of, but it's an amazing, very mature story about this guy who is a neurosurgeon who saves the life of someone who turns out to be one of the most notorious and devious uh, mass murderers, since Adolf Hitler. And it's about his redemption of trying to figure out a way to redeem himself because he feels all this guilt of saving the person who has ended all these lives. It's very, very fascinating, very intense story. Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, I'm sure everyone has probably seen that. It's also an amazing series. Um, Higurashi no Nakukoro ni, one of the best stories I think I've ever really experienced in books, movies, television. It's a murder mystery basically that spans through various pretty much self-contained arcs, but they're all interconnected. And to tell why they're interconnected would be a spoiler, but I highly recommend checking it out. Higurashi no Nakukoro ni. It's also it's kind of horror based, which is a surprise coming from me because you know me, I typically shy away from anything that can scare the shit out of me. But it's really very, 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 very good. Um, and then uh, the fifth one is something that's kind of up for grabs. It typically changes every now and then. I do really like also the first Full Metal Alchemist, not Brotherhood, the one before that. Um, I also sometimes swap it out with Full Metal Panic Fumofu because that is probably the funniest shit I've ever seen in the world of anime. Um, so yeah, those are the two that I kind of swap depending on what day of the week it is. If it's Thursday, it's Full Metal Alchemist. If it's Friday, maybe Fumofu. But yeah, anyway. And then also there's some current anime. I've recently started watching weekly anime again. I've kind of fallen off the last couple seasons, but there's some really good stuff out this season. There's Sword Art Online, which is a anime about a an MMO basically that gets released, and everyone's super excited about it. It basically puts you into the world of the MMO. You wear like a visor, and it puts your whole body, soul, everything into the game. And then it turns out that the creator essentially says that you cannot leave. If you log out, you will die. If someone unplugs you, you will die. And if you die in the game, you will die. So the only way to get out of the game is to, climb to the top of a 100 level tower and beat the last boss of the game. And it's basically about the people who are in the game learning to cope with being in a real life gaming situation. And like several years go by, and these people like buy houses, they get married. It becomes a part of their everyday life, and it's how they adjust with it while still trying to, complete the game. It's really interesting. It's really good. I also like Kokoro Connect, which is a kind of a school drama where you have this group of five people who are part of a club, and there's this one supernatural being called Heartseed who just likes to fuck with these poor five kids by putting all these weird magical spells on them, like they'll randomly switch bodies, and later on they'll randomly. I don't want to get too much into it because it's spoiler territory, but it's a gimmick, but the gimmick is done really well, and the characters are really interesting. They all have their own sort of deep-rooted problems that kind of is forced to be brought out into the open because of all this body switching and other stuff that's going on. So yeah, that's my my spiel on anime. I love talking about anime. It's something that I don't get to talk to very much people about because um, not a lot of my friends really talk about anime that much. Video games are more often, but it doesn't really matter. So thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing to this channel. I'm gonna have some more Bayonetta going up later today, and I'm probably gonna record some more also later today. Let me know also if you guys actually watched to the end of this. What else would you like to see here? I don't have very many games. I think I mean I could play some God Hand, which is a game that I really like on the PS3. I could play some Persona 4 Arena, do some maybe online matches, get my ass kicked if that's fun for you. I don't want to use this channel for playing games that we've gotten from Gamefront. I think that that's probably not a very smart thing to do. I don't think they would appreciate that I took the games that are essentially theirs and then used them to play on my channel. So yeah. But yeah, thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Bye bye.